Welcome to Joy, Passion, and Profit, where we empower entrepreneurs to build companies that change the world. We believe there's never been a better time to be an entrepreneur, and our goal is to provide you with insight and wisdom to bring your vision to reality. If you're committed to making an impact as well as making a profit, let us welcome you to Joy, Passion, and Profit. Hello and welcome to Joy, Passion, and Profit, where our intention is to empower entrepreneurs to build companies that change the world. You see, it is my belief that there's never been a better time to be an entrepreneur than right now today. So those of us who choose this path, I want to create a platform that educates, motivates, and inspires you to become the best entrepreneur you can possibly be. You see, when I was about 10 years old, I remember walking up to my grandfather. And I told my grandfather when I grew up, I was going to be rich. And he said, well, that's a good goal to have. He said, how do you plan on doing that? And at 10 years old, I remember telling him that I was going to own my own company. And so he looked at me and he kind of smiled. And he said, well, if you're going to be rich, he says, I'm going to tell you the two things you must understand so that you will become rich. He said, first of all, you've got to learn to think like rich people. He said the only difference between rich people and poor people is how they think. He said that's the first thing. He said the second thing is you have to learn how to listen. He said because rich people will tell you how they got rich. And so what he meant by that was not only do you listen, but you read their stories. You use them as mentors and guides to support you in doing what you want to accomplish. So it's important to have mentors to share wisdom and knowledge with you. And that's what we're going to be doing on this particular program. We're going to be bringing on entrepreneurs and celebrities and different people that have made it, if you will, and who are successful in their own rights. And they're going to be sharing some insights, I think, that can support and empower you to become the best entrepreneur you can possibly be. And so joining me today is Nikki Rich. And I found her on LinkedIn and I said, wow, I'd love to interview her because actually she's generally on the other side of the microphone. She's usually the person asking the questions. And I thought, let's flip the switch and we'll get her on and just kind of pick her brain a little bit to learn a little bit about her. So without further ado, let's introduce Miss Nikki Rich. Nikki, how are you doing today?
Hi, how are you doing?
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for joining us on Joy, Passion, and Profit. And so we're going to have a conversation about what you do and so forth, but we're going to begin with what I call some icebreaker questions. So first of all, where are you from? And tell us a little bit about growing up.
Well, I'm originally from a small town by the name of Seneca, South Carolina.
Okay.
And if you don't know where that is, it's right beside Clemson. I know everybody know about those Clemson Tigers, those champions. So that's where I'm from. And I'm a preacher's kid. I have 3 brothers. And my parents, they also have a TV and a radio show locally. My dad has a gospel radio show and a gospel TV show locally back home.
All right. Well, make sure I'm getting just about your eye. So can you tilt your, there you go. Okay. I don't want to miss any of that face. That's much, much better. All right. So who were some of the people that shaped you growing up? Who shaped you the most?
Well, I want to say first off was my parents. They shaped me. They molded me. They made sure that we were educated and we were involved in so many things, when we were young, activities, whether it's college prep activities. I was in the Miss Teen South Carolina pageants and AKA cotillion pageants, different things. They kept us motivated and inspired where we can see, other people that, I would say, that can also inspire us and, just take us to the next level as we grow, And everybody knows Oprah is one of my inspirations. I love her. She gives so many people opportunity. She educates and inspires so many people. So, another person, and Tyler Perry, just because he's black, he has his own production company, and everything that he's doing. It's so many people out there. And our former president, Barack Obama, Michelle Obama, those are the ones who inspired me to be to where I am today.
Nice. Now, you're obviously hanging out with celebrities, so I'm going to assume that you like movies. So,
I love movies.
If you love movies, name a movie that you love and tell me why you love it.
Well, a movie that I love was one that I really, really like was Color Purple.
Okay.
I
That's a
like
classic.
the music. I just like everything about it. It's so spiritual, and I just love Color Purple.
That's a great choice. That's a groundbreaking film. Good movie.
Yes.
So, answer this. What lights you up and gets you up every morning?
What lights me up is God. Everything that I do, I put him first. I go to bed praying, I wake up praying, I walk down the street praying. He inspires me, and just doing what I love, I'm able to tell other people, because to where I am today, it did not take anything. It didn't take a lot to get to where I am today. I started the Nikki Rich Show in Charlotte, North Carolina, because once I graduated high school, I went to college, and then I went to North Carolina. So, most of my time I stayed in North Carolina, and I built the Nikki Rich Show while I was in college. I was working on my doctorate in business, as well as, I was in hair school. So I had all kind of school going on. And, in between time, I said I wanted to do something where I can generate revenue. And that's when I started the Nikki Rich Show. I created it out my house on a break. I was on a lunch break from doing hair in hair school. And I brought one of my friends. I said, hey, let's do this. Let's make it happen. Let's do this one time. We did it together, but she didn't want to do it. I just proceeded on. It was my vision. So
Nice.
how it goes. But I created, the Nikki Rich Show. And it was, like by the grace of God, giving me that vision to use my platform so I can showcase and highlight other people. And when I started it, it was crazy because I didn't know what I was doing. And it was just wild. We had rappers on from everywhere. We had celebrities in the beginning. We had so many people on, and they could come on, they could say anything they wanted to say, and do anything. But as we grew, our audience grew. Everything began to change. We began to become more educated and did more research on, okay, if we want to take it serious, this is what we did, and we made everything official, became an LLC, we did all these things, to make it official, and to try to take our brand to the next level. And as we grew and began to move, the show began to grow, and once again, I started in radio and still doing radio each and every Tuesday and Thursday. But we was in Charlotte, and we moved to New York. Once we moved to New York, we started doing red carpet interviews, venturing in to television, because that was my main focus. And as we did that, we interviewed Barbara Walters, and we started interviewing on Broadway, and going to be a part of different TV shows. I was in New York. I was doing uh, working with executives and United Nations ambassadors, so they were having me come to events and come cover and interview. So those things was taking place, and it was going up. Reality shows, we was working with Love and Hip Hop cast and different people. And I felt that God wanted me to go to New York before I went to LA. So I had to make that pit stop. And once I went there, everything went up, and then I came to LA. But I pretty much built my brand in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I was doing panels and different things. I did everything before I left, and it was built before I left. And then I went to New York, and then I came here to LA. And when I came here to LA, I really put the vision out there for TV. I was on TMZ. I was on different TV shows. I was in reality shows. I was in Master P reality show, Family Empire, just everything. I was everywhere. I was all over the place,
Good for you.
because I was hungry, and I still am. And, it just been growing ever since. And now, we've ventured in to not only TV, the tech world, sports, we're everywhere right now, in all areas, that
Nice.
everybody is doing. Everybody's working right now.
That's awesome. So, there are some people who are pessimistic about the future, while others are optimistic. So where do you fall on that spectrum between optimism and pessimism for the future in general?
Oh, I'm ready for the future, honey.
So
I'm ready for it.
you're an optimist, huh?
Yeah.
All right, so that covers our little ground break, our breakthrough question. So now I want to get you to introduce. You talked a little bit about your show and everything, but now just tell the audience professionally exactly what you do. What do you do exactly?
Well, what I do, I'm a talk show host. I pretty much use my platform, which is our social media platform, to help others, to increase their brands. And I do that through our own personal social media pages. And I use that as well as my show to help people increase their brands. I'm also #1 best-selling author on Amazon of the book Breast Easy. I'm a university speaker as well. So I speak to students at different universities throughout the United States. And I also host my talk show live throughout the United States as well.
All right, so I've got to ask you this. So you wrote the book called Breast Easy, and obviously that was about and targeted to women, talking about breasts. So my question to you is, did you get any feedback from men about your book?
Did I get any feedback? Yeah, a little bit, because basically the men like it because everybody has a story. You don't have to be with Breast Easy. You don't have to be a woman to like the book, because everybody has their own experience. And Breast Easy is about, your experience. I know I talked about my experience with me being in the pageant, going up and down in weight, and having to go through the process as being a pageant girl. So I discussed that. And we also have 14 other authors that talk as well in the book, and they talk about their experience. Some may have had breast cancer, or some may have had been ashamed of their breasts, whether it was something that they were going through, picked on, or what have you. So, some of the guys, they have, they can relate as well. It's not just based on women.
Okay. All right. I was just curious about that. Now, so obviously you're an entrepreneur, and like you said, you had a vision in South Carolina, and you said, look, I'm going to start this thing, and you started just on a whim, trusting that vision that you had, and you start growing. So that's part of the entrepreneurial journey. You just have a vision and you just go after it. So what were some of the fears that you had to deal with when you were beginning your company? What were some of the things that scared you?
Well, to be honest, I wasn't even scared.
Okay.
When I did it, I just made it happen. And I keep telling, when I talk to other people, I say, you just got to make it happen. I never was scared, at all. I just did it. and and I feel like that's what got me here because I didn't fear anything, you know. I just kept going. Even when I failed, I picked up and I kept going, you know. Everything wasn't like so perfect. So even when I did something that, you know, didn't work, I just kept going. Even and I feel like my eyes are just always open for what's gonna happen, you know.
Yeah.
Even now, the thing that I'm going through right now, and I know a lot of people see me and I document it all the time. You're gonna have your challenges, and right now I have the most biggest challenge that I'm going through as I proceed, you know, pursue my vision is having kidney disease, suffering, you know, from this, and having each and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday go and get treatment
Wow.
on dialysis, and also try to balance out to do what I love. You know, days I'm always tired. I'm always just weak. And I know it looks like, oh, she's happy, she's working. You know, it looks like that, but I have my days where it's hard. You know, but I want to show people no matter what you're going through, just keep believing and keep pushing. Even though I'm sitting up here getting these needles in my arm every single day, you know, and in so much pain, I still keep pushing through because I know what God has for me and the plan He has for me, and to help other people, you know, because that's why we got the Nikki Rich Show. It's not about Nikki Rich, it's about helping other people.
Wow. Wow. That's really, really powerful. Because obviously, as an entrepreneur, there will be failures, there will be challenges. But you've got to, as you said, you've got to persevere and you've got to,
Mm-hmm.
be persistent. You've got to keep on keeping on. Because I know when I started my company, one of my companies, right after my divorce, I mean, my divorce was devastating. I mean, it's you're dealing with so many different things. You know, you're separated from your kids. You know, you've lost this person that you really cared about, and you're trying to start a company at the same time. So there were lots of challenges. But like yourself, there was something in me that said, okay, I've still got to move through these challenges because
Mm-hmm.
I have to manifest my vision because I could see it. I could visualize where I wanted to
Yes.
end up. And so it was having that vision and the commitment to that vision that got me through all the hard, difficult times, because there's going to be hard, difficult times. There's
It
no
is.
way around it. That's part of
No.
being an entrepreneur. So as you think about, some of the challenges that you went through, and see what I firmly believe that there's really no such thing as failure. And there's a
Mm-hmm.
guy named Wayne Dyer who unfortunately passed away a couple of years ago, and he's one of my greatest mentors. And he taught that there's no such thing as failure. There is only the non-attainment of a desired result. So we have a result that we want. We desire that result, and sometimes it just won't happen. Doesn't mean you
Mm-hmm.
failed. It doesn't mean you failed. It simply means you didn't attain that particular result. But on the other side of that, sometimes you end up getting something better than what
Yes.
what you actually were shooting for. So I think it's a mindset thing that you have to understand that, and like yourself, I'm a firm believer in connecting to my source and understanding that God's plan is perfect. And when I get in alignment with that perfection, I'll be provided with everything I need to manifest my vision and my dreams.
Exactly.
I was able to, again, overcome a lot of challenges because, number one, faith. Number two, having the vision and the commitment to making sure no matter what it took, I was going to live that vision. So that's it. That's it.
Exactly.
Now, it's been said that if you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. And you've used the word love several times already. You're saying that you love what you do. So knowing that, is there something else that you think you'd want to do, or is what you're doing it right now? Is this what Nikki was born to do?
Well, I think I'm doing several things in what I do. To be honest, that's why I say I love it, because before I even started the radio and TV, I was teaching, you know, and I was teaching K through 5. And I feel like I'm still teaching. I'm able to teach through using my platform. And I feel like I'm still doing what I love. I'm still teaching, but I'm teaching all ages at this moment. And that's what I love. And I feel like teaching is just in me, within me.
Mm. Yeah, and so what I've done is there's an amazing book out called The Passion Test. And in the book, it talks about finding your passion and really narrowing down exactly what you were put on the planet to do. And as a result of reading that book, what I discovered was my passion is teaching.
Mm-hmm.
I love teaching. I love learning, and I love teaching what I learn. And so for me, I was able to build my brand, Coach Michael Taylor, around that which I'm passionate about, which is teaching.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's important that we understand that it's important to do the things that we love because it becomes an expression of who we are.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I can sense that that's what you do. You love interviewing, you love teaching, you love talking with people, and it shows when I saw you on the red carpet interviewing people. There's just this passion that you have for doing that, and I can sense that. And I think a lot of entrepreneurs don't really experience that joy and that passion in their work because they really haven't found the thing that they love to do. They're doing it they're doing it because they want to make money, or they want to have a title, or they want to get prestige, but they're not really passionate about it. So it's important, I think, as entrepreneurs, that we find that thing that really lights us up. And that's one of the things that I really admire about you as I've been researching you, because I see it as I watch you. So that's important.
Yes, thank you.
Now, you have the opportunity to hang out with celebrities. You mentioned rappers and celebrities and Barbara Walters and so forth. So I'm just curious, who is a person that you interviewed that literally just blew you away with how cool they were, how nice they were? Other than Oprah. You can't use Oprah.
Oh, no. Tyler Perry.
Tyler Perry.
Like, oh, my God.
Tyler Perry. He's down to earth.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's so awesome. It's amazing.
Yeah, because he definitely inspires me with what he does. And he and I have very similar stories about, being homeless, living out of a car. So I can definitely relate to what he's doing, and his heart is in the right place.
It is. And just to interview him, it was amazing. It was so amazing.
Yeah, nice. Now, next question. What advice would you give to entrepreneurs who are watching this video and they may be dealing with doubt or fear about being able to live their dream? So what advice would you give to them?
Well, the first advice I would give to them is have a plan in place, because a lot of people, they don't have a plan. They do not have a plan. And you have to have a plan in place. And to me, you don't have to have thousands of dollars, right? I feel like, I was able to meet the people I was able to meet the people that I've met and interviewed for free, So you don't have to have like all this and be living in a mansion in Hollywood and LA or what have you, as long as you have a plan in place. But I say put God first of all. God is first. Then have your plan in place. Pray about it. Also, be doing what you love? Be doing it. A lot of times we say, I like this, I want this, I this, this is my favorite, but you're not doing it at all. Be doing it. If you want to be a photographer, be doing photography. Show us some examples. Get out there and do the work. If you want to be on the red carpet in the media, be doing it. Don't just have, like on social media, just pictures of cookouts and you just doing regular stuff and nothing with photography on it, nothing with media on it. Be doing the work. You have to do what you say you like to do and want to do. Be doing it. Do it. Just make it happen. And I know some people say, "Oh, I want to have this event. I want to be a filmmaker." Just do it. Get some equipment, get some people, and guess what? The main thing I tell people, you don't have to do it on this big scale. You can do stuff on a smaller scale with your friends or people and just do it. And that will help you to go ahead and push out your dreams on the things you love to do.
Well, I think you touched upon something I think that's really important, because I believe as an entrepreneur, the barriers to becoming an entrepreneur have basically disappeared. For example, there was a time when, in order to be an entrepreneur, you needed to have special education, you needed to have a lot of money, you needed to have access to capital, you needed to, have a location and a lot of money. But now you can pretty much start any business for next to nothing. For example, you and I are having this conversation. You're in LA, I'm in Houston, Texas, and I'm sitting in my home office doing what I love, and it costs me $14 a month.
Yes.
So there's no excuse not to chase your dream, because like you mentioned, if you're a filmmaker, there are people that are shooting entire movies on camera phones.
Exactly.
Really good quality movies with camera phones. So the technology is there, the access to information is there. The only thing that's missing is the person's willingness to put forth the effort to do what they love to do.
And you just got to do the work.
You got to do the work. Absolutely.
Do the work. That's the whole thing. Do the work.
That really sums it up. You've got to do the work. Now, as we start winding down, I just want you now to think about your passion is helping people. So I want you to just close with your closing thoughts on success. How do you define success, and what are you going to share with the audience to empower them to seek success as they define it?
Well, I define success based on your own personal journey because, we all are successful based on the fight that we are fighting through these challenges and these daily things that we're battling as we pursue our vision. And everybody has a different journey, you know. So your success is not going to be the same as my success. So I can't define your success. Your success is based on the things that you're doing, your fight, that you're getting up early in the morning, you're going out there, you're pursuing your vision, you're doing your work, you're coming home, you're getting that rest that you need, and you also handling those challenges through those hours and those days that you're having to just fight, so you're handling it. So I know for my success is based on my journey and my challenges, this fight with kidney disease and being able to get that energy up, so that I can continue to promote other people on my site, on my social media, so I can continue to help others, their brands get heard and seen on the Nikki Rich Show. So that's what I feel is success.
Nice. Nice. So with that being said, how can people find you? What's the best place for people to go to learn more about Nikki Rich?
You can go to thenickyrichshow.com, our official website. We're on iTunes. Our radio show is on iTunes. We are also on cable here in LA. We're on Pasadena Media. We're on Pasadena Media. We're on Spectrum and AT&T Uverse, channel 99 and 32. And we're airing on Mondays and Tuesdays at 11 a.m. here. And also, you can follow me on social media at Nikki Rich Show TV, as well as at Miss Nikki Rich. And again, the website is thenickyrichshow.com. We just updated because we have been a part of so many events and different things over these past couple of days. So we did some updates, so y'all can check it out.
Well, fantastic. Well, Nick, I just want to say thank you for spending this little half hour with us and help kicking off the Joy, Passion, and Profit show. It's been an absolute pleasure. I wish you continued success in all of your endeavors, and I'm sure our paths will cross again.
Yes.
So again, thank you
for the opportunity to be a guest and come on and tell my story.
Well, we do appreciate it because you are an inspiration. Honestly, you're doing some amazing things, and I wish you continued success in everything that you do.
Thank you.
So once again, this has been Joy, Passion, and Profit. So I want you to know, in the meantime, I want you to focus on your joy. I want you to share your passions, and I want you to be grateful for your profits. When you do that, you will be successful. We'll see you next episode. Take care. Thanks for joining us here at Joy, Passion, and Profit. Always remember, you are the master of your own destiny and the captain of your own ship. There are no limits to what you can accomplish, and you are only limited by your imagination. Dream big and navigate your ship in the direction of your dreams, and once you get there, reach back and grab someone else and show them how to reach theirs. We'll see you next episode.